All right, happy to have you along, my fellow tech enthusiasts. Another broadcast starts now. I'm Sam Bushman. Jay Harrison with me. NetworkProvidersInc.com helps us cover the cost for the show, and they want you to know they're available for a free consult, or a free consulting. You can go ahead and talk to them about all your needs as a company and see if they've got a fit for you. You can determine how you like them, and they can determine how their services fit your needs, and boom, hopefully they'll be a fit. Get a hold of them, networkprovidersinc.com. This show website, npitechguys.com. Hi, Jay.
Hey, Sam. How's it going today?
Fantastic, sir. Got so much tech news, I don't know what to do with it all, though.
It never stops. We have no worries of tech news running out, do we?
No, in fact, the biggest tech news is President Donald J. Trump went to China, and he brought every tech guy with him except for me, Jay. And you, I guess, right?
Yeah. No, I think there was a lot of tech guys left behind.
All right, just kidding. But he did bring some really heavy hitters and everything else, and the idea was, hey, we need to really let the Americans and the world get access to Chinese markets for tech and for big business. And he basically said, let all these experts do their magic. China, come on now.
So who all went? It was Elon, I guess, went, right?
Elon Musk and the leaders of Google, and I can't remember, but a whole list of people.
Wow.
Yeah, you can look it up, but all kinds of tech titans went.
You almost worry about everybody being in one spot at one time, you know?
Yeah, they take out the whole tech. No, what's that guy's name? Is Tim Cook or whatever? Apple Cook is what they joke about.
Yeah, but right? I thought he just retired or something.
I did too, but he's in China, buddy.
Yeah, he's probably getting a good speaking.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Apple, though, now this is so weird. We talk about AI, and a lot of people that don't really understand everything about AI, it's so easy to think you can put AI in a box, but you can't. It's not just ChatGPT, right?
Right.
But if you put it in a box, you just say, hey, it's ChatGPT. I go to this prompt, and then I ask it things, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But that's not really AI at all. In fact, that's just the very, very, very touch point for the average Joe, right?
AI is breaking out of the box.
AI is way breaking out of the box. And so there's so many different issues that they're trying to resolve simultaneously. It's not even funny. So the way Claude and ChatGPT are doing it is you can just go to the web and get a prompt and ask it questions. But you can also use AI work is what I'm calling it. And you can have Claude or ChatGPT. You can install a desktop app on your computer, and then you can grant it permission to your folders, and then it can actually do work as if it was you. So you can say, I want to, create a document about this, and this. Instead of just creating it in the web and then giving you either a download or just a text version in your browser, it can literally write files to folders and do all kind of things that you ask. It can add formulas to spreadsheets. It can literally work like you do, Jay. Well, that's kind of stage 2.
I tried this. I tried this with Claude AI, and
so you installed the desktop.
Yep, I installed the desktop and the Claude bot and all that stuff. A Telegram actually interface to control it and talk to it from anywhere.
Yeah, but hold on. Now you're going to a whole different level now. But keep going.
Yep. What I'm saying is I did a lot of this, and I still didn't get it to where I thought it would be multifunctional. Like I assume that this would be able to get in, move your mouse, like it's sitting in front of you.
Hold on, you're talking about a whole different level. So let's back up for a second. So having it work on your behalf just says it can do things on your computer for you that it knows.
Yeah, and it was like a command line interface almost.
And yeah, that's right. And what you're trying to do is say, now I want to mix automation with my AI. And so you've taken it. I want bots to go out and do things on their own and act as me. I want them to log into this and move the mouse and fill out this form and submit this and do this and that. And you're talking about a whole different level. Now, I'm not saying we can't get there, but AI is in its infancy and it's not there yet, Jay, for most people.
I know, but I thought it was. And I know,
but that's the overhype, though. That's why it's going to be
that's
.com
exactly
bust
what I'm saying.
2.0.
That's what I mean, is that is where people, when they're talking about agents and stuff, that's the impression people get, but it's not the reality, I don't think, yet.
Yeah, I just think what I need to do is I just need to just go hang out on the beach, and I just need to let all the bots do all my work, Jay. Yeah. The bot could log in and be the Sam bot, and it could just get on the radio with you and TV with you and just say, hey, man, talking tech, baby.
Yeah, we won't even know the difference, and Sam will just be chilling.
Yeah, I'll just be on the beach. Actually, I could just put a bot on the beach. There's nowhere for me to be anymore, Jay.
You're going to be running all the bots when they break down.
Wait a minute. So I'm just the bot master?
Yeah.
But I don't want to be the bot master. I want to put a bot in charge of that.
Well, you probably could do that too.
Don't I need a bot master that's in charge of all the bots? And then what would I do, though, if I do all that, Jay? If I just, everything becomes botted, automized, or autonomized, or, automated, whatever, all these words. And what do I do at the end? What do I do?
I don't think you'll run out, right? I think it's like human desire. It doesn't matter how much you fulfill that bowl, there's still going to be more wants. And at work is kind of like that. It doesn't matter how much you automate. There's just going to be more that's going to get filled into that.
Well, and that's really, believe it or not, the big AI quintessential discussion point for businesses across the globe right now. It's this. Let's say that Jay is a great employee, and he is.
I hope so.
And let's say that Jay normally, because he's just a rock star, normally people put in like 40-hour work weeks in America. But since Jay's salary, they expect more out of him. And so let's just say that Jay puts in 50 hours.
Okay.
Because he's awesome. And he's just like that. So he puts in his 50 hours, but now we get offshore workers that Jay can manage because they're cheap. And now we get AI and it's available. And so now we got this situation where literally we're getting the equivalent of about, just say 100 hours out of Jay. Right?
Right.
And so Jay's 50 hours is not decreased. It's turned into 60.
That sounds
normal. And so it's 60 hours from Jay, but all this extra 40 hours is coming from the people that he manages that are really, really cheap, OSs or whatever you want to call them, offshore employees or whatever, admins or assistants or whatever you call them. Okay, and then we got 100 hours equivalent out of Jay. So now we don't need like 3 people. We can get rid of those guys. Jay's got this, right?
Right.
And so I look at that and I go, then what do we want from Jay now? We really need more from Jay, don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think we need 200 hours from Jay.
Yep.
Jay, what can we do to optimize you? What can we do to streamline you, to make you more powerful, more profitable, more successful, more advantageous, whatever words we're, whatever the buzz is of today.
Well, the buzz is going to be AI.
See, and here's what I'm saying to you. First question businesses need to honestly answer, Jay, and this is serious. They need to honestly answer, what is our goal? Is our goal just to turn Jay into a commodity like a slave labor, manage all the bots and slaves and everything else around Jay, to where Jay's just like the slave master, slave servant?
No,
master of slaves, servant of everybody. Okay, kind of an idea. Now you can say, Sam, you're getting into racial stuff. No, I'm not. I'm being honest. Or is the idea to say, hey, we can benefit everyone. We can have everybody win at this table. So what we're going to do is Jay used to work 50 hours, okay? We're not going to move him to 60. That's insane. What we're going to do is we're going to reduce Jay back to 45, maybe 40 hours. Maybe even if we get good enough, 35 hours. But we're going to get 70 hours out of Jay instead of 35. So let's just say that we get Jay between 35 and 40 hours a week. So he gets a little bit of a reprieve, a little bit of a blessing. And we're going to actually maximize and get 75 hours out of Jay, equivalent. Because he's just so optimized, so efficient, so productive, so enabled, so agentized or agentic. Okay, would that be fine?
Probably.
See, the corporate world has to debate and discuss that because it reminds me of the Industrial Revolution. We got cars instead of horses. Now it doesn't take me 10 days to get to you. It takes me 2 hours or whatever. What am I going to do with that time? Well, the man or the corporation says, we want all that. We want all that. We want all that. And they got to stop, Jay. They've got to back off and say, listen, we want work-life balance. We want happy, cheerful, productive, well-rested, employees that are satisfied with their jobs and happy. And that's when Jay's at his genius.
That's the long-term look at it. We're in it for the long term. We want people that are going to stay. We want to invest in our people. But that doesn't matter if you're just looking at short-term quarterlies.
I agree 1,000%, and that's why I'm saying companies need to decide what they want. And when people ask for a job, they need to say, hey, we're a company that's going to rape you for all you're worth before you get hired. You should know that.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to be that honest.
They're not going to be that honest, but I'm just saying that's what it really amounts to. Or we're going to be the company that we really honestly, truly believe in work-life balance. We really believe in. So I want Jay for, say, 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, 30 hours of solid focus. good, hard, uninterrupted, get it done, focus work. And then I want 5 to 10 hours from Jay that's kind of just throughout the week that he can kind of get to emails and follow up on things that the bots can't and review some things in his spare time. And he gets kind of 10 of his hours that are not kind of pure focus in front of everything and everybody kind of time. And Jay gets his 35, 40 hours in. 10 of them are flexible, 30 of them are solid. And we shorten the work day, and he's got flexibility in his life, and he's super happy and well incentivized. And now we can get maybe this 100 hours out of Jay instead of even the 75. But Jay's not just dying doing it. And the reason I'm going through this whole scenario, Jay, is because companies really need to decide these things. Do they want to create a win-win out of this? Because whenever you can buy extra time or grant extra availability and time because of these optimizations, whether it be I have a car now, not a horse, whether it be I've got bots and computers versus doing it myself, or I've got a keyboard and I can type in backspace versus a manual typewriter, whatever the optimizations are, we've got to decide how we want to allocate that. And we've gone the wrong direction for years. I mean, the average employee working 45, 50 hours nowadays that has any real salary, that's a lot of work, folks. And I don't believe that the average brain or average human can really put productive space towards that much or that consistent day in and day out. That's why the Japanese are melting down. That's why Americans are starting to melt down. There are answers. We'll talk about them. All right, we keep an eye on text so you don't have to. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sam. He's Jay. You're you. Thanks for being alongside for the ride. Hopefully it's educational and a little bit entertaining, but thought-provoking as well. We're talking about AI and how with the AI gains businesses are getting, they've really got to kind of have a heart-to-heart thought discussion, whatever you want to call it, about what they're going to really do employee-wise. Are they just going to try to maximize? Well, the reason that I bring this whole thing up, Jay, is there's a lot of studies out there now, and they're finding that the employees that embrace AI the most work more than everybody else also.
Wait, it's supposed to be the opposite, right?
That's my point. Yes. So the reason it's not the opposite is because remember, it's the ones that really believe in what they're doing and the ones that really are self-motivated that are the ones that are embracing AI the most. Well, Consequently, those are the ones that then, if I, for example, take, instead of writing a document, I explained to the staff at a company that I consult for, they wanted me to write a document explaining how do they deal with their AI. Meaning all these employees are generating all these prompts, all these tasks, all these memories that relate. How do they capture that when the employee leaves and not lose it all? So I'm writing up a document about this. It's a very complicated subject, and it's very immature in the marketplace right now. And so anyway, I wrote up this whole document about this, and I told him, it used to take me probably 20 hours to write up a document like that. I got it done in 2.
Right.
Well, now you got 18 hours for Sam to just work, right?
Right.
And so that's what kind of brought this up to me, this discussion, is that, the people that are the most productive are just, they're demanding more productivity out of them. And we're looking for efficiencies in every area to the point where I think we're going so far the wrong direction and demanding so much that I believe you're starting to lose when your most important employees, the most self-motivated, the most capable, who are embracing AI, now they're just pushed to the brink even harder. We could just expect you to do 20 times more. Why not 50 times more, Jay? And this is a real problem.
Yeah, I wonder, though. I wonder a little bit, though. Is it because we're pushing them corporately to produce more and more and more?
Partially, yes.
Or is it because some of these guys that are taking it on their own to use
Totally,
AI
yes.
to maximize their own work are so ambitious or competitive or just good workers that, they're seeing this huge
it's all the above, Jay.
Yeah, and so they're pushing themselves. They're like, oh man, look at all the stuff I can get done, and so they've completing projects that they've been meaning to do for years. I know Sam personally has all these programming projects, and he's been playing with Claude, and he's like, man, he's reprogrammed, probably a half dozen or more different things projects that have literally been years off and always over the horizon.
I could never get to them before. You're exactly right. So that's a good side of it. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
And yes, it's not always the corporate world. So I'm not here to blame the corporate world, but you see movies. Usually it's like Hallmark movies or something like that kind of thing. But you'll see the movie where someone's at work like at 7 p.m. and the boss comes in, they're like, I told you to go home. It's time for you to leave and spend some time with your family.
Right.
We need the corporate world to be a little bit like that. We need to, because I agree, it's not all the corporation. It's Sam Bushman that's doing it. The corporations are certainly adding to that demand, but it's societal. It's okay. I even talked to people about driving 35 miles an hour around in their cars, and they're like, Sam, you're insane. It'd take us forever to get anywhere. I'm like, 35 miles per hour. They used to travel less than that in a day, people.
It's the average speed limit inside of a city anyway, 35, right?
I know, but if you went that way on the freeway, people were like, no, dude, you got to go 85. Come on.
Right.
And stuff. And so this just kind of is the quintessential discussion, whether it's travel in your car, whether it's AI, and I'm just telling you, I think we need to kind of start to think about what's really the most important in our society and everything else. Well, not only is it important to kind of back off and respect people's time and let people be well rested and well compensated and well supported and get their sleep and take care of their personal needs and their familial responsibilities and all these different things. That's what companies need to really strive towards. With AI, there's no reason they can't now share that gap of win.
That's right. And I don't know whose responsibility this is. This the HR department? Is this managers?
Yes.
And I guess it's everybody's responsibility.
Is it the employee? Yes. Is it family and spouses? Yeah. Is it? Yes. It's societal, Jay.
Yeah. And we've
not societal, not suicidal, societal.
No, I got you.
I just wanted to make sure people don't get confused.
Yeah, we want everybody to be cognizant of that and to be aware and to be looking out, especially for those guys who are super ambitious and hard workers and are really enjoying the power and the productivity that AI brings.
And I'm one of them, and I think it's cool. And believe it or not, I burn the candle at both ends doing this stuff because you're right. I'm getting to tasks that I've never got to before because I've been so busy. It's really exciting, but I just see pressure everywhere. Everybody wants something done yesterday. I call somebody and they say, "Can you do this?" And I say, "You betcha." And literally, like 3 hours later, they're like, "Is that thing done yet?" And Slack causes this too. And some of these, what do you call them? Chat bots or what do you call them? What's Slack called?
Well, you can say it's not really social media, but it's Teams, Slack, Telegram. They're instant messenger. Maybe is the word.
Yeah, I mean it's instant messenger, but now it's got steroids because you can put Claude into it, and so now it can do tasks and answer questions, and everything is instant. Everything is instant. Everything is now. In fact, you should know it before I ask it, Jay, for crying out loud, kind of thing, right?
I do my best.
But I'm just saying that's the deal. And so anyway, I don't mean to go off on it forever, but it really is an issue. The next issue that I want to kind of discuss here a little bit too, I think that's important, is people are wondering how they're going to deal with their company. I don't know if you want to call them assets. But if I, Jay, work for you and I create a bunch of prompts and a bunch of know-hows and have some bots do some things and I ask a bunch of questions around documents that I create and this and that and get the kind of historical relevance of what I'm doing and the backstory of what I put into the mix. We're doing this now, but we want to go to this, and then I leave.
Right.
What happens to all that?
Well, I'll tell you what some companies are doing. For example, Google
Wait,
Workspace.
before you go to that,
okay.
What happens to all that?
Well, right now, if let's say that I'm just one of those super ambitious, productive employees, and I have my own ChatGPT.
You're 100 hours for a 40-hour guy, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I guess it goes with me, right? Because it's my personal GPT account or whatever.
And that's my point. And you're telling me what companies are going to do. I want to get there, but I don't want people to miss the leap that you took.
Yeah.
I want people to understand what you're saying. The bottom line is it goes with you, or the other way to say it from a corporate point of view is it's lost.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
All right, now go on.
Well, so companies like Workspace for Google, they're also trying to incorporate AI and Gemini and everything into it. But they have gone to where they don't want, when an employee leaves, they don't want you to delete that employee. They want you to archive them. And then you can use tools like Google LM to ask questions about their email or about their whole suite. And that's what it'll go to is,
yes, sir.
When you leave, you don't just delete an employee and all their emails and all their AI inquiries and everything else, you're going to archive them. You're going to still pay a monthly. It might be half of what you normally would for an active employee, but you're still going to pay a monthly on that employee. And you're going to have all these employees around. And if you have somebody that's super valuable, you'll be able to use something like Google LM and just be able to ask questions on it. Hey, what was he thinking on this? Or how did he get this done? And it will just look through and say, oh, this is what he was doing.
And this is a whole new category that's not very mature in the market space.
No,
this
actually,
is a whole new category that
nascent.
people haven't really thought of. Google might be ahead of most on it and everything else. But listen, I'm dubbing this AI operational continuity, Jay.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, so AI operational continuity is all about protecting institutional AI knowledge. Okay? Think about it this way. We help companies preserve AI workflows, prompts, automations, ownership, and operational knowledge so critical processes do not disappear when employees leave. AI knowledge preservation, if you will. Okay? And this is the reality-based question people are starting to ask. And so anyway, I wrote a whole document on this. But I bring this up because I want companies to really start to kind of think about that. And, you know, everybody's talking about the job losses. You're going to start to have people become AI operational specialists or whatever preservational specialists who will help companies literally navigate this, literally deal with this in productive ways. I know it seems like a weird thing, but I'm telling you, because otherwise, if I do all these things for you in the end of the day and I'm a rock star employee, 100 hours for 1 year, 52 weeks, 5,200 hours, right, Jay?
Right.
And if I'm really productive in that 5,200 hours with me and the bots and the whatevers that I've got, you've got to somehow take that wealth of knowledge and, number one, preserve it, and number two, then access it in logical, productive, usable ways.
I think that they will. I think what you'll see is an AI that monitors everything an employee does.
That's right.
On their computer and archives that into a large language model. And so if that employee leaves, or even if they haven't.
First off, it'll be a first layer of reliable data in a database.
Right.
Then the large language model will probe that or access that, right?
Yep. And then you'll be able to ask all kinds of questions, even of current employees, like how productive are they being? You know, what are they spending most of their time on?
How come nobody measures up to Sam Bushman when he was here? No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly. But I mean,
I'm just joking. But yes,
the promise of this has just as much power for abuse, I think, too.
Without a doubt. Anyway, I'm bringing it up because I believe people need to really, really think about it. And things are going so fast, I think this question should have been answered probably 2 or 3 years ago, Jay.
Well, 2 or 3 years ago, AI just rolled onto the scene, so
I know.
It might be hard.
But as AI rolled onto the scene, people started doing prompts and people started doing things, and wow. All right, I'm going to talk about Apple next time because they're doing something very interesting that relates to all this. All right, so hang tight. Thanks for being alongside for the ride. Hopefully this episode was educational and entertaining. You know what? You got a friend in the tech business. Think networkprovidersinc.com, npitechguys.com for the website. I'm Sam. He's Jay. Make it a great tech day, will you? Thanks.